Welcome, NOSSCAR fans, to Round 3 of the 2019 NOSSCAR Mananger Series season, hosted on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game on the PlayStation 3 console, and we are green. 31-lap race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tyler McMurder on the pole for the first time, believe it or not, in his Mananger Series career. He's won several championships on the NASCAR 15 game, 7 to be exact. On the pole for the first time, he's got Brett Baker, his teammate, in the 12, right behind him. He's underneath the 24 of Gary Latimirak Jr. for the second position, with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42, right behind both of them. Brett Baker won at Daytona round 1 of the season. Elijah Reeves in the 14 car, coming off a win at Atlanta in round 2. Now here we are, round 3, short races, 10% distance, real-life Cup Series events. Keep it short and sweet. Tyler McMurder out front in the 84, Gary Latimirak Jr. in the 24 in second, Brett Baker in the 12. Back to fourth now as Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42 overtakes him for third on the inside on the front straightaway. That pass took place. Problems there for Robert Lohman Sr. in the 99. He was slow on the inside. Looked like he had made contact with the outside wall exiting turn 2. He's currently scored in the 13th position. 13 cars, 13 drivers started the event. Elijah Reeves in the 14 in 5th, but looking for 4th on the inside of Brett Baker. Daniel Harmon in the 62 is in the 6th position, right there with these guys. 6 cars have broken away from the rest of the field. And it looks like Jeffrey Robinson Jr. bounced off the wall coming out of turn 2. So that's 2 cars to make contact with the wall coming out of turn 2. Lohman Sr. and Robinson Jr. And now they're 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. takes 3rd place back by force from Brett Baker and Elijah Reeves, but Elijah Reeves is still there on the outside of Robinson. Meanwhile, out front, Gary Latimirak Jr. picking up where he left off at Atlanta, had a solid run, finished in the 2nd position right behind Elijah Reeves. Now he's got a 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 car length advantage over the NOSSCAR 8-time champion, Tyler McMurder in the 84, driving that number 84 Canadian Tire Ford. Elijah Reeves has found his way around Jeffrey Robinson Jr. to get into the 3rd position. Brett Baker in the 12 followed him through to take 4th. And caution is out on the speedway. If we figure out what happened, we will let you know, but remember, cautions are only called for 2 car wrecks or more, and there are no cautions called no matter what happens for the first 5 laps after the start of the race and after all restarts. I don't know if you saw that there, but Caitlin Lohr in the 48, brand new paint job, up into the 5th position at black and purple number 48. And Jordan Green up into the 6th position, right behind her in the number 51 orange Chevy. These drivers will have the opportunity to make pit stops. Here they come to the pit road entrance, and you see Daniel Harmon choosing not to pit, and now he's coming down pit road, so he's going to lose 2 positions entering pit road. Maybe a miscommunication with the crew chief or indecisive driving when it comes to the strategy. We do think that all these drivers need fuel before the end of the race, but if Daniel thought another caution was coming out, maybe staying out would have been the better move. You never know, we'll find out. McMurder wins the race off pit road. Latimirak Jr. in the 24 will line up on the outside of row 1 for the restart. Elijah Reeves and Brett Baker will share the 2nd row. Jordan Green and Caitlin Lohr will share the 3rd row. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42, R.J. Haywood in the 88 will share row 4. And we're going to go around slow under caution one more time. Some of these drivers choosing to make a second pit stop to make further adjustments to these race cars. No custom setups allowed here in the NOSSCAR Mananger series, so the more adjustments and more time on pit road they can spend, the better they should be on the racetrack. Coming around to hit the line, they will be going back racing here. And the green flag is back in the air. McMurder, Ladimirak, Reeves, and Baker makes a nice move for the 3rd position. He tucks in behind his teammate. Now he gets him a little loose. Baker was looking low for 2nd, and now he might lose 3rd to Elijah Reeves. Contact made between the 84 and the 24. Looked like the 24 slowed down in the corner quite a bit there. New leader, and he's got company. 3 cars break away from the rest of the field. Gary Ladimirak Jr. now in 5th, trying to hold off Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and others. Robinson up to 4th, Caitlin Lohr up to 5th, R.J. Haywood now looking for the 6th position on Ladimirak Jr. McMurder gets a little slideways through 3 and 4, and here comes Elijah Reeves on the bottom for the lead. Coming to the start-finish line, he's going to lead this lap. And Brett Baker takes 2nd, and he's right there with the 14 car. 3-car battle for the win at Las Vegas. Baker finished in 1st at the Daytona race to begin the season, finished in 6th in round 2 at Atlanta. Looking to rebound and find victory lane. Oh, and Elijah Reeves having a bit of a connection issue there, and you can see that Brett Baker and Tyler McMurder both had to slow down just a little bit. Not knowing exactly where the 14 car was, however, his connection has stabilized. We stay green, and Reeves is the race leader. Caitlin Lohr up into the 4th position. Oh, excuse me, it's actually Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 4th position, and he's trying to hold off Jordan Green in the orange number 51 Chevy. Jordan Green is the 1st car off pit road that made 2 pit stops to adjust on the race car. Those adjustments paying off, and Jordan Green clears the 42 of Robinson Jr. to take P4 here at Las Vegas. Laps to go. It's Reeves, Baker, and McMurder, the top 3. And Green in the 51. If he's got anything to say about it, he's got enough time. Can he catch this 3-car battle for the win? Make it a 4-car battle for the win. See, the thing is, catching him is one thing and passing is a complete other, and he would have to pass 3 of the very best. But if anyone can do it, it is Jordan Green. Your race leader, Elijah Reeves in the 14 car, finished 2nd at Daytona, right behind Brett Baker, the man that's trying to chase him down. And then Elijah would go on to win the round 2 race at Atlanta. So coming into this race, it is the driver of the 14, holding down the points lead after after just 2 races in the history books in the 2019 NOSSCAR Mananger Series season, hosted on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console. And he'd love to add another win, extend his points lead. There is no playoff system. It is simply the most points at the end of the season. I will be your champion. We're going old school in the NOSSCAR Mananger Series in honor of our good friend Mananger, John Alexopoulos, who sadly passed away months ago. We miss him. We'll always be thinking about him, and this series is dedicated to him. And do we ever have some talented and mature, respectful drivers in this series? The battle for second heating up between the two teammates at Timac Motorsports. Brett Baker in the 12, Tyler McMurder in the 84. We saw smoke from a car down on the apron. We believe that it was Robert Lohman Sr. in the number 99 car. Tough break for him. And we see another car coming down pit road, so there might have been a 2-car incident. Getting down into the closing laps now, see if anybody is going to have anything for Elijah Reeves in the 14. They have to start showing it now because the laps are running out here at Las Vegas. These races feel like heat races, and whoa, we have a single car spin through the grass. It was Gary Latimirak Jr. in the 24. He was one of the contenders to win this race, and now his luck has went from bad to worse. He's currently being scored in the 10th position. We have 9 cars on the lead lap. Crush Rock and the 20 car being the final car in 9th place on the lead lap at this time. He is the 2nd Canadian in the race, 84 and 20. Gary has got the car rolling again here, and he is now 2 laps down in the 11th position, if I'm not mistaken. And only 4 laps to go. I believe we're coming around to take the signal for 3 laps to go here in round 3 of the 2019 NOSSCAR Mananger Series season, hosted here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on NASCAR 15. And what a fun and competitive race it's been. Very clean, very incident-free. Just as I say that, we see former NOSSCAR champion Jordan Green in the 51. He bounced off the wall coming out of turn 2. He was actually gaining quite a bit of ground on the 84. Daniel Harmon in 5th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 6th. Caitlin Lohr in 7th. Those 3 cars are in their own pack, battling for position, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And Caleb Lopez in the 95 car, about a 2.5 seconds behind that group in the 8th position. Crush Rock in the 20 and 9th. Gary Latimirak Jr. still scored in the 10th position. Eddie Fikes in 11th. R.J. Haywood in 12th. Robert Lohman Sr. in 13th. 11 cars left on the racetrack at the finish. And the win is going to go to Elijah Reeves in the number 14 car. 2nd win this season, 2 in a row. And he further extends his points lead over his competitors here in the NOSSCAR Mananger Series. Brett Baker 2nd, Tyler McMurder 3rd, Jordan Green 4th, Daniel Harmon 5th. Jeffrey Corey Robinson Jr. 6th, Caitlin Lohr 7th, Caleb Lopez 8th, Crush Rock 9th, Gary Latimirak Jr. rounding out the top 10. Thank you for joining us for the heat style race here in the NOSSCAR Mananger Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Elijah Reeves in the number 14 car. Head over to NOSSCAR.com/Mananger Series to check out the final race results, the point standings, and the rules and regulations about this NOSSCAR C Division League posted on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Hit the subscribe button to catch more action. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.